But the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Combat Arms channel. Okay, so today we're checking out something that is unlike anything else that we've checked out on this channel. It's titled Ghost in the Machine, which is kind of spooky, I guess, just kind of like hearing that title. But when you see that it was uploaded by the 4th PsyOps group YouTube channel, makes it a little bit more interesting. Now, I've looked at sort of bits and pieces of this video, and it's very artistic, but it's also got like a really kind of interesting mood or like a feeling behind it. So if you guys aren't familiar with PsyOps, it's basically like psychological operations. So there's generally like overt and covert kind of PsyOps. So overts might be, you know, like the loud speakers. It might be leaflets, maybe even like call out operations. But then coverts can get pretty complicated. And that's when you start sort of diving into like the special operations realm. But yeah, this video kind of gives a general kind of overview or flavor of what PsyOps might look like or kind of feel like or what it might be used for. But I gotta say, again, in just how they produce this video, it makes it like that much more kind of spooky and that much more interesting. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Let's check it out. Oh man. Nice quote to start with.
As the world...
I gotta say, just like old cartoons like this are just like inherently creepier, just in like the way that it's animated and also like the frame rate, kind of like stop motion, like older stop motion where it's really not like that fluid. It doesn't flow very well. It just makes it a little bit more creepy for whatever reason, like more puppet-like.
As the world watches and listens in horror, the peaceful pro-democracy demonstration in China comes to a violent and bloody end.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Ooh, this music, man. I hope it's not copyright. It's not gonna be fun, but hey, I'll take it. This is too cool.
Hiding nearby, whispering, do or die.
Ooh, unsettling, man. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Some special operations stuff now. Yes, sir.
You say your last good night. While I
Okay, I kind of want to like take that a little bit slower. So, kind of like a little bit historic here. I don't even know what war that would be. Some old school kind of Viking, maybe Eastern War. Okay, looks pretty modern. Something going on there. It looks a little secret squirrely. Okay. Very artistic.
Prayer is another very important phase of warfare. It has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy.
The target of psychological warfare is against the enemy's mind.
It is word.
And that's another thing, like the Army's really pushing for like multi-domain operations, kind of fighting on a bunch of different landscapes when you're talking about like cyber, space, of course, ground, air, sea, all that stuff. But again, like with that, there's the PsyOps portion of it, which really could mirror any of those different domains, but it also kind of supports its own thing. And yeah, it's crazy because I'm sure there's some books out there that you can find that kind of go over the PsyOps effects of certain conflicts. But I gotta say, there's not a whole lot of highlights on those specific operations, and just like the fact of how they actually get started, and you know how they actually keep that flame going. I guess that subversion. It's pretty interesting, and I'd like to maybe read some more about it, or maybe find some cool videos about it, about how it works. So if you guys have anything to recommend, definitely let me know, because It's just a really interesting topic.
It's an idea.
Ammunition used by PsyWar.
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy soldier, and at the same time,
Is expected and encouraged to study foreign languages and the social sciences such as history, economics, and sociology. He must have a broad and sympathetic understanding of all phases of human experience.
Gripping at my skin.
Damn, these shots alone are
the
like
walls of night closing.
super well done.
but the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
I gotta say, the music does a really good job of kind of like building to the suspense, but also kind of just adding to the anxiety with these clips. But it's so interesting saying like, you know, we're everywhere. It really kind of adds to that kind of spooky feeling. It's not necessarily kind of like spy stuff, but it's even kind of like scarier than that, as opposed to, you know, these, I guess, kind of intelligence. If you're talking about like spies and stuff, they might have a specific, you know, focus on certain information they're trying to get. But this, again, like it can become so widespread and so kind of like vague. It starts with like an idea and you can maybe start it in some, you know, specific areas. But again, like it can kind of get a little bit more widespread, which of course is not necessarily the same as what like spy stuff would be, because they kind of keep that contained as much as possible. So yeah, it's like kind of the same, but also like very different. It's really cool.
As I wait to say my last goodbye.
Jesus. What the fuck? Weird. The chess pieces. Oh, yeah, the leaflet's right there. I like the symbol of the chess pieces, though. There you go. Yeah, Ghost in the Machine is pretty appropriate of a name, I think. Okay, damn.
These are the PsyWar soldiers.
Huh. Is that actually from like an old film? That'd be cool to watch if we can get like access to that or find where that came from. Yeah, so now you can kind of see what I was referring to as far as it being like cinematic and artistic, but also just like very spooky throughout. And so they're plugging Go Army Soft. So again, this is more like kind of covert stuff, like you know, with the Special Operations Forces. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine this is an official Army unit page, the 4th PsyOps group. Yeah, okay, the official YouTube channel for 4th Psychological Operations Group Airborne. And this is actually their only video. But I gotta say, that kind of makes it even like more spooky. It's like, yeah, we developed this whole channel, which I gotta say, I'll show you guys real quick. Like, I gotta say, their logo is pretty high quality. Their banner is like pretty freaking badass as well. And they just have this kind of vague quote here from William Shakespeare. Yeah, so like they have a pretty professional looking YouTube channel, but again, there's just one video that was uploaded a year ago. It's like, yeah, we have a message. We're just gonna make this very high quality looking YouTube channel and just post that one video, and you guys can kind of just go ahead and think about that. So I don't know who made this, if it was like, you know, a massive team behind it, but it was like super well done. And again, like once you watch the entire thing, the Ghost in the Machine kind of title makes a lot more sense and also kind of just hits harder. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have any specific examples of how like PsyOps were used, whether it be like recently or even in older conflicts, let me know, because again, I think it's really interesting and it doesn't get as much of a spotlight, understandably, as a lot of other sort of operations, as like intelligence operations, direct combat operations. So yeah, if you guys have any good examples, or if you have like any videos in general that kind of go over PsyOps or psychological operations a little bit more in depth, then I'd like to check it out, because it's just a really fascinating topic that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, a little bit of a shorter video, but I think it was just so cool. I wanted to check out the video in its entirety. And I think like skipping through it briefly kind of gives me a little bit of a flavor. But again, like watching it in its entirety really gets you, again, that it builds that anxiety, and it just makes it that much more, I don't know, just cool and interesting in general. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Pretty cool video. Yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you all in the next one.